Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with InvestFourMore, and we're in snowy Colorado, and this is the foundation house. A lot of people have asked for an update on this property, so we're finally giving one. Some good news, some bad news, as always with this property. Mostly more bad news, but there is some good news. So we'll talk about the house, why we bought it, all the different work we've done. It's been a lot. How much money we'll lose or possibly break even on, we'll see. And then we'll show you lots of other stuff going on with this house. As you can see, it's snowing, so a lot of people talk about Colorado thinking it's always snowy and cold, but literally over the weekend right after Christmas, we were outside riding bikes and skateboards and doing everything, and then you have snow, and in another week we'll probably be outside again. So I love Colorado weather and the changes. And before we get in the house, of course, check out InvestFourMore.com for much more information on our flips, rentals, being an agent, all of that great stuff. I have over 400 articles on the site. And we've got over nine books exactly on Amazon, but I am working on a new one there. So make sure you check out that as well. And now let's go see the house. So this property I bought over a year ago now, and I really shouldn't have bought it, but I get these weird ideas about taking on massive remodels, thinking it'll be fun. And it doesn't turn out to be as much fun as I think it will be. This house I bought from a wholesaler for $230,000, and it had a really bad foundation. Just one of the worst I've seen. And I figured if I could spend $75,000 or so redoing the foundation, I'd be okay. And we ended up spending over $100,000. So we still might be okay. The house is probably worth $450,000 once we're done with it. But we'll have lots of other costs for holding it so long and other remodeling costs as well. So it isn't just the foundation. But we have lots of before videos we'll post links to below, and we'll cut some video in here. But we have started the actual remodel, which is kind of cool. So it took us forever to get the actual foundation work started, had multiple engineers look at it, multiple companies look at it. Everybody was super slow. Getting the work done was super slow, so that took a long time. Now we're finally getting some of the work done. So you can see we replaced the flooring. No paint has been done yet, and this house is just super dark. So once we do the paint, get new light fixtures on, light fixtures that actually work, I think it'll be much better. And then you can see the new kitchen here. We had the old kitchen was okay, but we just decided to go new and just brighten things up. And if we want to get good money for this house, we've got to make it pretty nice because there is still some slope to it. They put in piers, did all kinds of stuff to stabilize the foundation, re-poured the floor, but it's not perfect still. So we are doing new cabinets. We'll do new counters. You can see the flooring is in. Like I said, it's really dark in here. So when we paint it, it's gonna look so much better and get decent light fixtures. It only has 2 bedrooms upstairs. So that's why we did what we did in the basement, which I'll show you here soon. We're gonna save the doors. Like we're just trying to save some money where we can. Because it's easy to say, oh, we already spent so much money in the foundation. What's another 10 or 20 grand? Well, it's another 10 or 20 grand. So we don't have to replace everything, we won't. This vanity right here, I mean, it's pretty taste specific. Like some people might think it's super fancy. I don't really like the looks of it, but at the same time, finding a new vanity to replace that, it's gonna be really tricky and really expensive. So we're gonna paint the vanity, clean up the top, the tub too. Like at first glance, we're like, oh, this isn't so bad if you look up here. But then you look down here and it's like, well, there's a mix of tile and old tile and new tile. And so we might try painting the tile just to see what it looks like first. And if it looks stupid, then we'll replace all this and redo it. But we'll see how that looks. I don't have high hopes for it, but you never know. It has some cool built-ins. It has a laundry chute right here, which it won't have anymore, as we'll show you downstairs. Now it goes into the middle of a wall, and it's a tiny laundry chute. Like it's more like a letter drop than an actual laundry chute, but okay. Here's the master bedroom. And the reason the house only has 2 bedrooms up is because of this, right? This used to be a 3-bedroom, and now it is a 2-bedroom because they took out 1 bedroom, made it part of the master bedroom. So it's a huge master, but just 2 bedrooms up. And then you can see, has a biggish closet here, but not huge. I'd prefer to have a bigger closet in the master bedroom, but again, I'd prefer a lot of things that aren't gonna happen. Here's your bathroom. And again, this shower too is kind of the same way, where it's okay, but not really. So we're gonna try paint here too. If it looks stupid, we'll redo it all, but we'll see how that looks first. Same thing with this vanity. We're gonna keep this, clean it up, paint it, see how it looks. And then you do have a second closet in here. So that's kind of nice. But you know, obviously in a perfect world, you have a giant closet in here, but we don't live in a perfect world. We live in house flipper world where we try to make money sometimes. And here is the rest of the house going this way. So obviously here's your living room, which isn't huge, but it's okay size. And your dining room is actually just as big or bigger than the living room. And then you have your extra bonus room in here. And it does have an extra garage out there, which is nice, which is in decent shape. And I show all that in my first video I did, which I'll link to, in your 2-car garage here, which is a good sized garage. Again, they had to redo all of this concrete too, because it's just heaving and moving. And we'll see. Hopefully it all holds up well. So kitchen, living room, entry, basement. So a lot of you have seen this basement before. The stairs are tied in now. So for a while there, they're just kind of floating and you just kind of bounced along the stairs and hope they didn't collapse below your feet. But we're making some progress. So like I said, lots of piers were installed, work done down here, new windows down here. And as you can see, we have some of the new framing down here as well. So we were hoping to save some of the walls and stuff, but basically nothing was saved. We have to redo all of it, which is fun. But we're redoing the floor plan while we do that, which is kind of nice. So before, this family room went all the way back to this wall. And now we're making this the master, or not the master, but another big bedroom, because that's your egress window right there. And it makes no sense to have your egress window in your family room, and we can put a huge giant closet right there. So we have this weird little stick out wall right here because of the pillar, but you've got a really good sized master that's probably 13 by 18 with a huge closet there. Then you've got your family room here, which is probably, what, 16 by 20 to the stairs and another good portion back there, but we're gonna change that. So in here, this is our bathroom. So we kind of redid all of this too. So you've got your, let's see, I think that's your sink and toilet right there. Our shower, no, that's your drain over there. That's your tub, shower back there. I think that's your sink, or I'm not sure. No, that's your shower right there. So we'll see how we do that. But redoing the bathroom, the big bathroom, huge, but with this wall and pillar here and all the posts, it didn't really make sense to move those walls in and make them smaller, because then you have weird pillars sticking out in the family room. This is your laundry room. There's our sump pit there. Big laundry room, lots of space. So that will be nice too. A little bigger than it was before. And then you have storage here. So that right there will be super nice. Something crazy I'll talk about in just a second is that right there. We do have to do some wiring work, obviously, down here. So back here again was kind of a really big room with doors, wall right here. And so you can see we moved that back to make it kind of like an office or non-conforming bedroom. But I want to move this wall back this way more, because this is kind of not used space right there. And the room is decent size right here, but not huge. So I'd like to make this a bigger room. And you can see it's got a big closet, so that will be nice too. Why do we have that here when we have this here? Well, this is a first that I've ever seen. That's an electric furnace. And this is not an area that doesn't have gas. Almost everybody has natural gas in the neighborhood. But this house does not have natural gas to it for some reason. So it had an electric furnace and an electric water heater. So either we bring gas to the property, which would be very expensive, or we make this furnace work, which we think we can do, or you buy a new electric furnace, which is extremely pricey. So we're trying to get this guy working right now, but that is something we haven't seen before. I'm glad we didn't just chuck out that furnace, which we thought about doing at first, because I literally had no idea that was an electric furnace, but it doesn't surprise me because this is the 2020 house of my career. So actually we've had some really crazy ones before, and it's probably not even the worst one I've ever did. But yeah, I keep telling myself, don't buy houses like this, don't buy houses like this, don't buy houses like this. And I do it. So it's my own fault. Kind of like the old Kids in the Hall sketch. I don't know if you guys have seen that, where the guy's sitting there saying, don't put salt in my eye, don't put salt in my eye. And then he dumps a bunch of salt in his eye. So I guess I'm a glutton for punishment sometimes. But they make for good videos, so that's one good part of this.